We'll do it live. Welcome, everyone, to another little vintage story stream here on the channel. Just let me undock, guy. What the heck? What? Browser. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right. I was just setting some stuff up on the other monitor. How's it going, everyone? No intro as always. We're just gonna hop into it. There's a lot that we want to try and do today on stream. So yesterday we were working on the dirt layout of our castle and everything. Done a little bit of work in the meantime, just to kind of check out measurements of things. So you can see I kind of raised the keep up into kind of a box to kind of just check out area. In the Great Hall section, I kind of connected some wall elements. Gonna have this cool like double tower thing here. And we'll just kind of go from here. So, hey Peter, how's it going? So what I want to do is I actually really want to build up this tower. This is kind of the Gatehouse tower, an entryway into the inner bailey here. I want to get this started. So to do that, not only do I need these andesite stone blocks, we're going to need some limestone stone blocks. So let's grab hunts. And since it's a building stream, I'm going to don our leather armor. Just to kind of protect us from surface creatures. Might need to repair this thing a little bit. It's falling apart. There we go. Fully repair that. How much water do we have? 2 liters. That's probably okay. So let's grab a mallet and our splitters, which is something we'll need. We got ladders. That's okay. Pickaxe. That's okay. Sharpen our tools up, maybe. My cows grew, but I'm going to wait until springtime to even begin to sharpen it. I need to do maintenance on this shovel. Nice thing about how dangerous these cows are, I'm never in that pit, so it's kind of like a good way for me to throw stuff into it. Alright, so 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we need 4 iron bits. We'll just heat up a bundle of them and add however many we need. Go ahead and heat up the workpiece. The maintenance on Toolsmith is such a cool thing. Actually, that's going to heat up really quick, so I think just 1 charcoal for that's going to be fine. This is going to heat up slower. That's okay. Can I actually get this hot enough to... How hot can coke get? 1340? Okay, guess that's not enough to do a metal pour with iron. I swear I ask that every time I play this game. Hey, Pancake. Hey, Waffle. Hey, Hash Brown. We're having fun in the snow. Oh wow, duplication proc. That can happen on a repair? That's a little OP. In my mind. That's a little OP. But okay. I mean, I'll take it. Alright, let's grab a handle for this. We'll use maybe some metal parts here for some binders for the shovel, and we'll grab this guy, stick the shovel head on it. Bind it all up. There we go. Nice new little shovel. Yeah, good amount of durability. Okay, so we got kind of everything now that we need. Let's just head up into the limestone area, because I need to find some limestone. It's part of the process that we're going to be doing. This castle is going to be on andesite base, and then limestone on top. So if you guys have ever seen like an old castle, or you know, some castles, what they'll do is the bottom parts might be a stronger stone than the higher parts, but also it could just be a visual thing too. So like the bottom part of the castle might be a different stone than what the castle walls are made out of, because you know it's sitting on bedrock. The bedrock, let's say, is granite, and then the walls are limestone, because that's where what was quarried for it. And so you can kind of get this two-tone effect a little bit. So when we work on our little tower, we're going to try and do that, just to kind of see what it may or may not look like. So this will be a stone tower. What type of castle am I building? I don't know what type of castle would be listed as, because there's no motte or bailey. I mean, there is a bailey, but there's no motte. I don't know, honestly, what type of castle it is, because it's one of those things where I don't know the correct terminology of all castle types. Let me pull up a little guide though, because I have a little guide saved. Castle types. Would be a good comparison here. I think it's just like kind of a standard European, maybe it's not going to be an early fort or anything like that. It's not a Mott and Bailey, technically. It's not a stately home, because those aren't really castles. I think it's gonna be like a Norman castle type. A Norman or maybe a Crusader style castle, something like that would be my assumption. Here's hoping there's a fair amount of limestone in here and not a thin layer. Last time I tried to gather a bunch of limestone, it ended up just being this thin strip of it. If it is, then we'll have to move up into this area to try and get some. Maybe up into this area. That's a little bit more hilly. Snow, because it causes cave-ins. Rockgun has the same 20%. It's because it's winter. Well, we're gonna get some different stone type materials from the sand to the gravel. At least. May be useful in our building. And luckily I can throw this all on haunts to store. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be our first cube. 3, 4. That we're going to take out here. This here is going to be our little pathway up and down. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to make better splits at some point. That's something I'm going to need to do. Alright, first chunk of limestone coming out. Boom. Let's go, little chunk. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much limestone are you talking about? I need specifically the quarried kind. Because I don't know what type of stone I need from it until I do. Okay, so that means this is going to be our little access edge. Running back to check, okay. Because I could maybe part with, well, it depends on how much limestone's in each thing. So, for example, I'm gathering 64 limestones per quarry block. I'm assuming you might have a better ratio, maybe. Also, I gotta build a fence around this thing so no one falls into it. I don't want to recreate the hazard that is Cade's quarry. Four. Hold on, my FPS is doing the thing again. Turn off that for a bit. Several thousand base stone. Yeah, but are they quarry stones? So, like, base stone in the quarry on format. Three. I need the quarry version because I don't know yet what I need from the stone. Four. You know what? I need to do that corner first. I can get to it, but just something I need to remember for next time. Six by six. I feel like five gears is a reasonable price, in my opinion. Let's start the ladder down. Be interested in any fruit, seeds, or shrooms we don't have, or flowers, because it's my compulsion. I like that's a fair compulsion to have. Let's start walling this off a bit. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's gonna fall into that shit. Back home. Yeah, another thing I was planning to do is maybe harvest some Like, if I found some ruins to deconstruct that aren't that one, because apparently she wants to rebuild this. So I have to leave it alone for now. funny that we made that plate mail here today, and we're not even wearing it right now. But anytime we do it, we can do dungeons now, which is nice. We can actually go out and bring home some proper loots. Things to collect. Wow, look. So, like, once the road's over here, guys, look. We can see the keep and main tower right now. From all the way back here. That'll be really cool. Okay, good. You can see the keep over the palisade, too. And the Great Hall is going to be its own little wing over there to the right. Okay. This has... What the... Okay. Let's stick our andesite in here for now. Or limestone stuff that aren't slabs. I need to make another rubble bin just for limestone, I guess. Okay, we'll place these down. Alright, let's take a look at our options here. So, rock, stone, bricks. So the wedge chisel will give us bricks. Finishing chisel will give us polished stone. Rough cut is going to give us just the stone. So I don't think I need the hammer right now. So stone, polished, bricks. Okay, so I'll go brick, stone, polished stone in that order. And then once you have bricks, where's my mortar? What am I trying to do? We're working on our castle here today. That's the plan. Dry stone. So let's get some rocks first. Okay. And then this gives us bricks. The new bar above health. This is my mana bar for Rustbound Magic. It's a really cool mod we have installed. I haven't done much with it myself besides just unlocking the magic and saving materials for now. But yeah, you can do spellcraft and wizardly things. That and I think that's fine. All right. Yeah, there is a fireball spot. I'm a fan of lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Myself? Okay, so this is going to be the low point, right? So if the point of the two-tone is to try and make this feel like it's kind of built into the stone, right? I kind of just want a touch of it hinted at here. Right. So when you're working with smooth stone, it's actually a pretty dangerous material to work with because of our rock collapse settings and things. So I just gotta keep that in mind. I can't go too nutty with it. Alright, so we got smooth stone. And then I'm gonna need a little bit of a brick layer up it. Especially on the corners here. Yeah, I know. If you chisel the smooth stone, it won't collapse. Classic trick. But also, if you support it, it won't collapse either. Right, so. Let's get some dry stone as well. A lot of the times I kind of like the dry stone look almost more than the ashlar block look. Should be cool if you had the Outlaws mod. Yeah, probably. Probably would be cool. I'm trying to keep the NPC mods count kind of down, honestly. Just because we have kind of really new people who aren't overly experienced in Vintage Story this season. But I think the next community server we do, I'm going to ratchet up the difficulty quite a lot. Probably at my own expense, but need to have the occasional spot too. Is this a directional block? Have I just not built with dry stone enough? No. Doesn't seem to be. Well, maybe. Hold on. No, doesn't really seem to be. Yeah, I think one season we had the Outlaws mod enabled, and also some other humanoid kind of survivors running around as well. Alright, so then I'm going to do kind of a layer of limestone. I captured them, and I am torturing them. It's fine. It's fine. Until they are safe enough to move and not kill me, they will remain in that little area. Anyways, I'll probably do a thin layer of limestone, dry stone, just like right on top of some of these blocks. I'll carry limestone ashlar all the way up. right? Also, for the ashlar, I'll probably end up cutting the corner a little bit too, so it's not a perfectly square thing. I don't know. I'm glad I'm doing this because I need to get the overall look and feel established on our base, and this is kind of the only way I know how, which is to, well, build something and see how it comes out. Okay. Nope, they're suffering while they await their slaughter. Two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Boom, boom. These cows need to calm down, man. Alright, let's, I have 4 left, so let's just make a couple little spots. Maybe it's like a little repair job on the smooth section of the wall. Fine. Then I need smooth stone, which is the finishing table. No, that's polished. I think it's the rough cut. Hey, Zabri, how's it going, man? I'm also thinking about kind of making it a little bit wider at the base. Not as wide as a full block, but maybe start at half block and kind of angle it in. We'll see if I end up doing that. For now, we'll start with something kind of basic and then add details as we need. Great Juror Uthris it's commenced? Oh no. Yeah. Damn snow. Yeah. I'm gonna do probably some blending, by the way, on these hard square elements. Or just a little much, right? So like for example, this andesite dry stone, I might carve into this a little bit. Blend these two together, blend this together a bit. So there's going to be a lot of little things that we have to do to make this work. But I think it'll be worth it. Famous last words when I have to do this on every single surface along the whole bloody castle. Oop. Hey Rage, how's it going? Why did that do that? Alright, well this is an instance where we probably need to just chisel a layer. Because something is not holding up the smooth stone. Like we got 100% instability right there. For some reason, it's probably the arch. That's okay though. Also, we're going to start starving soon. Should probably remedy that. Just put your son to sleep. There you go. Victory. Parenthood level up. So I think the easiest way to blend a lot of this together is going to be taking the smooth limestone and kind of smoothing some of it out. So for example, take that corner, make it smooth, bring the smooth into this a little bit, and then into here. This whole rock disappears. That line kind of disappears. This into this, and then maybe that rock disappears. What's the temperature? -17. It's a bit nippy. Calm down, cows. Calm down. I have to... Let's just do that. Just move the chiseled version over to it. Why is it so unstable right here? It has to be this stuff under it. That becomes 0. None of these are unstable, right? Nope. Nope. It's gotta be the arch. This is gonna be like a little storage area, a small, like, gate house thing, I think. This isn't gonna be an access point up the tower, and so, like, the reason for that is if they take this and then this tower, I don't want them to have an immediate up into the other towers or anything like that. So the ways to get up are going to be through this little building into that tower, I think, and then I think through this tower as well. That way they have to kind of penetrate more into here to kind of get up higher. I don't know why I'm like hyper thinking about like the defensibility of this. It's not like I'm getting raided, but shortcut. I mean, really, all you guys got to do to get down here is to just run along the coast. It's not that bad if you have a mount. It's a wee bit nippy, guys. Oh, sailing? You might not be able to reach me exactly by sailing. You know, you might be able to. No, actually you can't. You'd have to get into this ocean on the right-hand side. Or hope if you go left enough, there's like a pathway into one of these river systems. You cut a canal? When did you guys cut a canal? A canal from where? This lake? Or here? Maybe here? Yeah, it had to have been there. That's where you cut it. I mean, it makes sense. I think, well, I don't know. The cow is a mod, so it's either going to be Gen 10, which would be crazy, or Gen 4 like it is with like vanilla larger animals. I have no idea. I gotta kill 2 of the males though. And then breed all these females again. And then after they give birth, I'll kill the 10 tier 0 females. Actually, let's see. Do I have any grass to feed them right now? Shit's about spoiled. If not already spoiled. Well, let's see if they eat it. Next season, I'll actually have to gather some grass and dry it out. Stability 0. You're throwing fucking snowballs at me? You wanna go?
Ah.
What a guy. Alright, so I'm gonna owe you 10 gears. Are you a little cold? Do you need to warm up? Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I need to warm up real quick.
Was the headcanon for the andesite base with the limestone on top? So the andesite is my natural stone here.
I'll buy you some gifts too.
What the heck are these? What is this, streamer privilege going on? This is a lot of streamer privilege. I won't say no though. Thank you. Wait, what are these? Fried flax balls? Are you trying to sell me your sweaty balls? Let's see. It's charred though, man. Dude, you need to be careful with these balls.
Well, it's the opposite of blue balls, so.
Alright, 10 gears. All yours. Thank you for the trip.
I brought some more stuff for you.
Oh, what?
Thank
What
you
else?
For fixing our well.
That was an admin job? I do not have enough inventory for all this shit. What are you doing? What are these? Is this a stone sampling? Hold on one second.
Some of the
Giant. So this is just more andesite. Okay, take that. Take that. Feels like I'm getting served like a cheese platter.
Well, I'd bring tacos, but you didn't install that mod.
Wait, why are you giving me bauxite?
We have a ton.
Okay. Well, you know, I guess I'll take it. Won't say no. Have you been down here before?
I have not. This is my first.
First time. Looking at the build in person, not on stream. Look at this.
And I watch it in the background too on stream.
I feel like it's different actually being in the game and visiting a place, you know? There's details that you pick up on. Alright, well, I'm going back to work on this wall. It's gonna be hours and hours of this.
Alright, I'm gonna sit here, warm up, and do a house tour.
You might have to sit. You might have to sit closer to the fire. I'm gonna hear you rummaging through my shit.
I was just looking for peat bricks. I found it. I gotta take nothing. You're good.
That's what they always say. Alright, back to limestone, I guess, placement here. But yeah, yeah, the andesite is our natural stone that this hill is made out of anything. And, you know, I feel like having a little bit of a two-tone kind of break where, like, oh, yeah, you know, we built on top of an andesite layer and we paid or quarried for a bunch of limestone instead. And so there's going to be a little bit of this two-tone at the bottom, very light at the top. And then this tower, we're going to have a wooden top floor with a wooden roof, high-peaked roof on it. At least that's the plan. So in fact, because of that, this is going to be the entryway into the tower from here. Hey, Fox. Like a ladder, kind of like angled here. That'll chisel into a functional ladder that we can actually climb to the main deck. Also, this means this is where our first arrow slits are gonna be, about at this height. So that'll be cool. That means we can chisel these. I'm just gonna rough this in so I know where the window's gonna go. Obviously it'll need like a detailing pass to make it like angled and everything so that the person inside can kind of stand in different spots to get a good shot. Just see. Gotta mix in something to make that. I mean, really, it shouldn't technically stand out. You wouldn't want it to. Oop. Will I actually finish a large construction project in a video game, chat? I'm not known to finish these anymore. Not since my Planet Coaster days, and even then I wasn't known to really finish those either. Golden cones, pollination, or growing? Don't think so. Okay, so we need to decide on what wood I want to use. Honestly, oak is probably just going to be the best. I could use kapok, I guess. Could also use birch, but I feel like a light wood. We just started a dwarf living type server. We're currently living in Basalt Mountains and got into a copper age like a couple days ago. Nice, congrats, dude. Copper Age feels good, man. Feels good. Let's try one of these sweaty balls. Not bad. Alright, let's chop some oak down then. Might need to go on a little bit of an oak harvesting spree, honestly. But no, dwarf builds in this game I think are really cool. I mean, dwarf builds in general are always really, really cool to see. Now, if you have cave-ins enabled and everything, that kind of, hey, it makes it a little harder to do, but the payoff for having a really nice dwarf hold. I'm not looking to buy any of your oak right now, Jur. Okay, I have a limited supply of gears, and I don't want handouts either. Being the lumberjack of the server too, copper is needed, man. Yeah. Pine plank, walls, and oak trim. Yeah. It's just a good wood color for sure. Now, if you got like acacia, if you want something a little bit more red, acacia's really cool. Pine's okay. You know, maple, in my opinion, is kind of the worst. I mean, it's a little too muddy looking. Kapok, actually, it's just kind of like a slightly lighter oak. And then, of course, birch looks good. Birch, oak, kind of are the coolest, and then you get into like aged and ebony. Like ebony, ooh, can look real regal. Yeah, so it's a little counterintuitive for us to have a what's it called? A ladder on the outside of the wall. That is true. Oh. Anyway. For now, I will throw just temp ladder here, which will make a chiseled, cool, slightly leaning one eventually to get up to the top. Might make this one taller. Well, I heard that fall. That sucks. Okay, why? None of this was unstable before. Oh, it's because there's a chisel block here now. That's why. Yeah. I may have to go through and actually chisel everything. I didn't want to do that. It just may work out that way. Dwarf World's going to be looking sick, like our base isn't even done yet. I'd say it's like 3% done so far. It's going to be huge with 5x5 hallways, 10x10. Yeah. There you go. Proper Dwarf World. That's the way to do it. Right there. Okay, so what I need is this to come out by one eventually, which we can do. This is going to be a major rough in for this first tower. This is a test slash palette kind of identification thing here. Yep, slabs. I had to chisel my own windows too on this section. No, chisel windows like that in the Softer Rocks is a mod or base game. Depends on your chisel settings in the world. When you first generate the world, you want to make sure that chisel most cubic blocks is enabled, rather than just some. And then you'll be able to chisel technically any real solid block. You can even chisel dirt if you wanted to. Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with some way, some support beam system for this. Need some myrtle holes. I need to really thin these planks out to give a little bit more room up here to walk around. Could do a chiseled log on the corners. It always looks good. You know, we could do a quarter log too. Quarter log might look nice. They chisel really well. Yeah, no. Support beams for all that stuff is always super sick. There's something wrong with my logs? What? Oh, it's in the middle. I just made this thing. I already forgot the frickin' recipe. Okay, and then one higher. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. This is a tower for our castle. So all this is going to be our castle eventually. So this is like the inner bailey. This is kind of the gate and technically tower attached to it. And then up in here is the keep. This is going to be the Great Hall. Some other large towers. So you can kind of see it on the map, right? Tower here, wall this way, wall this way, wall this way. The keep's kind of here. And then, of course, you know, we got our farmland up this way. Our windmill, Persian style, greenhouse. Our current house, blacksmith. That'll probably end up getting completely torn down and redone. A little bit of a road leaving our area. Cage space is down here. Freaking elves live up there. I'm gonna throw this, I think, here for now, just to light it up so I can see. Yeah, that'll be cool once we get the roof on it. I'm gonna go with a very high peaked roof. And then we need supports, beams. I'll probably bring the quarter logs all the way down, and we'll chisel those. A lot of little peeking windows. I could just do a bunch of trapdoors. I might do all trapdoors maybe along the bottom. Trapdoors are kind of nice because if you just keep them closed, you can use them as wall pieces, but they are centered. Actually, no, they're not centered. They're on the edge. I'm gonna store my magic stuff here. I don't think I need it right now. I need the inventory space more. Let's get some water. A little bit more food. Hey, Pancake. She just brought me raisins, man. I tell you what, I was a little iffy on the plan, and as this is progressing, even though it's still super early and nowhere close to presentable yet, I'm liking it. I think this is going to be good. No, not finished. Give me rough cut. Look, I have a winery. I don't need the raisins. I already got raisins. And it's so cold already. Technically, my character has 2 free raisins all the time. Yeah, so the way arrow slits are kind of cool, right? Like if we fan this out, the amount more that you can see. Look, personally in real life, I don't like raisins. Raisins kind of suck. They kind of suck. Or planks. I need a ladder on the outside to eventually do roofing. Have I tried? I don't like peanuts either. I don't like really any nuts. Eh. I will say, sunflower seeds are fine, okay? And I prefer sunflower seeds with the shell, because that's just where all the flavor is, and then you break it open and spit out the shell, okay? That's the only way I can eat sunflower seeds. The correct way. Let us get some one roofs here and test the angle, huh? Okay. So the roof, gonna start here. We're gonna go out one. Okay, if I can. Okay, like that. What? What is that even doing? I don't know what that's doing. Is that replacing the dynamic thing? It might be. Oh god, get the chisel out of here. Or the hammer. It's fucking me up. Come on. 2, and then the center cap will be whatever. I don't know yet. Just want to see. Okay, can't see. It's not bright enough up there. Yoink. So fucking cold, man. Why do I live on a hill? I think that'll be cool once it's all in there. I like the steepness, honestly. Especially at the corner shot. And when we get all the support beams and windows and chiseling done. Did your Uthris has been completed? Close calls with the siren, psychological traps, but Polyphemus had no chance. Polyphemus, maybe. Not Polyphemus. Polyphemus. Yeah, so this tower will have this kind of main battlement-like thing. We're going to have wooden battlements across the top of the wall as well. So all that's going to carry along here and over the gate to this tower. This tower will not have a wooden top. It's just going to have a nice stone top. The tower over there probably won't have a wooden top either. Not every tower is going to have this kind of topper on it. Freezing. I'm freezing. I'm gonna need to go gather some oak. I think I have some oak up in here and maybe up this way to harvest. Otherwise, I'm going to go a little farther afield for some more oak. Hoardings? Is that the official term for it? I don't know. Cancel hoardings. Yes, I am. It will have hoardings. Because I don't want this to be like a crazy all-stone fortification. You know? Now, granted, it's actually already bigger than I thought it was going to be. I wanted it to be a little bit more... more stout and maybe compact than what I ended up going with, but you know me, I get a little sidetracked all the time. Alright, so one chest is going to be for kind of my stone building materials. The other chest will be for my wooden building materials. That way I'm somewhat organized. I'll have to sharpen our tools a touch. By the way, Vixie, for your like dwarven stuff, are you guys doing like a lot of mods as well, or more on the vanilla side? Are you on the new version too? I'm just curious. Because we're still on 120 until mods get updated. Lots of mods. And the same, we started our server and a couple days later upload. Yeah, see, that's what we ran into too. Like we had what, we launched the server and then they immediately announced release candidates for 1.2.1. And then now, you know, here we are. It's fully out. Alright, let's go looking for some oak. How about you? Dude, if you did that, you would actually make my day. That would be hilarious if you did that. Stop it! Yeah, you better run. This is kind of why I want a castle. I'm tired of getting shot at in my own damn house. You son of a... You son of a... Okay, maybe I already cut down all the oak at some point. Dang it. That'd be very mean right before a long weekend. True. Yeah, you just need so many lights. And I tell you what, our windmill, 130% wind speed right now. Fucking Jeff! Get this guy out of here, man. Yeah, just a general reminder though, the stream, you know, and our Vintage Stories server is powered by you guys in our community. If you guys want to join the server, become a member today. Join our Discord, and you'll get the server information unlocked, and you get to play with everyone and have a good old time. No, I don't want what you're selling. Okay, at least living in a tree keeps them from getting into our areas, though if you have to leave the tree, that is true. I mean, once you get a full set of leather armor, I tell you what, the service mobs just aren't a threat. You just, a shield, leather armor, a decent sword, you're pretty much fine forever. Unless you go into like a better ruin, which kind of spawns harder mobs from time to time. Yeah. Hey, General, just an FYI. Actually, everyone in stream. Today is the 28th of August. The weekend of the 12th of September. Okay. I will probably be doing the Resonance Archives. My armor should be done by then. And I should be returning from a work trip that weekend. So, if people want to come, L's excluded because you guys already did it early and I'm still mad at you guys for that. You know, that's when I plan on doing it. And then what I'll probably do is every 2 weeks reset the archives. I'll have to put some sort of cap on Nathania just clearing it out every 2 weeks, okay? There'll probably be a time where I reset it. If you guys want to, you know, gear up for that time and show up in a big group, you can. And whoever shows up gets to go, kind of deal. Throw it. Well, I also wish it was kind of automatically reset too. I know there's a way to probably do that. Do I have a bunch of freaking wolves in here? Hello? I got like 5 timber wolf puppies in this hole. Okay. That's fine. They can stay there. Summon to the dungeon, Dragon Ball Z. You can scour them out to find the clues each time. While as fun as that want to be, as fun as that sounds to, you know, I don't want to go through the work to actually write and hide clues. So that someone can summon all 4 mystical books of Tobias. Hey, level 12 in combat. Nice. Vampire. Time isn't right. Swordsman. Is it time to upgrade this? Probably soon. Stop. 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 I don't know if I want Burning Rage, but you know what? Screw it. Burning Rage, why not? We can do that. Is how much anger I have towards the elves. I find Burning Rage to actually be a damage decrease on most things, because when the damage ticks from Burning Rage, they're actually immune for a couple frames. But it might be good against a boss or something. To just give it a dot, damage over time kind of thing. Robkin wants to do the archives, yeah. I think the archives is pretty cool. I've done it all, so if I end up, you know, if Red's group comes through, which I think you guys done the archives last season or something, or one of the seasons, I'm pretty sure. I might try and let someone who hasn't done it to kind of take the lead, and we'll follow them around, and I'll drop hints every now and then on like kind of like what you're supposed to be doing, but exploring the archives is just fun too. I'm gonna have to bring a lot of glue. Okay, I need to find oak in a better way. Let's go back, eat, drink, mount up. See, now these are the oak trees that I want. Right here. This might be enough oak for a little bit, honestly. Went along with Athenia when they did it the first season I played, but Red never did. Oh, really? I thought Red did. I thought Red did do it. At one point. Okay. Well, that'd be great for you guys then. Yeah. So, weekend of the 12th of September is when I'll do it. If you want to let Red, Nisi, and Sane know so they can plan. I might end up making a little bit of a forward base to set my spawn there too. Just to, you know, bring some stored food, bandages and things. Because even with plate mail, I'll probably end up dying. Honestly, I'll get too aggressive or something and just die to something dumb. Or, you know, it'll be like Dark and Darker and Red can kill me. You never know with Red sometimes, you know, friendly fire can be a thing. What the heck was that tree that I just cut down? That was a big one. There's a cow. Tell you what, guys, I have a good sense of direction. Yep. So, General, guess you're gonna be making some plate mail for everyone over the next 2 weeks. Enjoy that process. Or you could go with you might be able to get away with like Iron Brigadine or maybe Iron Scale Mail if you want. If you made Meteoric Iron, that would probably be ideal though, at least. I don't know if the boss in there gets are there read hand baskets in the archives? No, and in fact, if you make those on your own, I think you're prepared. You come to Apollo. Just Alan Shoesby shows up. Good old quarter logs here. That is true. You are a pro. Guys, I got too much stuff. I am so unorganized right now. How's it in general, chat? I'm doing pretty good, Apollo. Appreciate it, man. Hope you're doing well. So you got to, what were you playing the other day? With Lumber. Was it Schedule 1? I think you were playing Schedule 1 with him. There is a game, by the way, that I would honestly like to play with Lumber, Dirty, and you in October. I sent it to Dirty, though I didn't specifically say I wanted to play it, per se, but I just know he was looking for games for October. So I'll send it your way. You can tell me what you think here. Sent. Get a P90 and I'll go no armor needed. I sent it to you on Discord. Just now. But it's called, Yap Yap. Yap Yap. The dumbest name for the game ever, but I think it would be kind of fun. Yeah, there's a trailer out for it for the Steam demo that's coming out in October. Should have had General install the scaffolding mod. Or I need Dark to come over here and grant me flight for a bit. You're in? Okay. See if we can get Lumberjack on board. Honestly, it's a game, like I want to play with you guys, but I also think, like, you know, Selena and Paco and you guys would probably be more entertaining than with me, because I'm kind of stoic, but it does look like a fun game. Oh yeah, Golden has flight. How long does flight last, Golden? Sake yap yap. Oh no. You're gonna get me in trouble if I do that. Alright, let's try and get this roof on a little bit. Maybe just around one corner so we can kind of see the final result a little bit more. $10. Do you have any jewelry that makes it last longer? Ugh. Give me dynamic roofs. It is slow flight. So, what is slow flight? Is there a faster flight? You like firing shingles in this? Yeah. We have this cool mod called Dynamic Roofs, which is why this slope is getting thinner, because we're doing a 2x1 slope and just dynamically shaping the roof in that. And then this, you can see this is a 1 slope. But if I jump in place, it will dynamically change now to a 3 slope. Over under on him falling. Don't put that on me. Why would you do that? It's very slow moving. Like slower than walking? Or walking speed? Hey, Apothic. How's it going? Woo! Okay. That's one way to do that, I guess. Is it crouch? No. Control? Control. We are working on the first little guard tower of the castle. As a... Oh, fuck. Actually, I was on my way down. That doesn't count, alright? I was on my way down. That's what I wanted to have happen, alright? I was in a hurry. That doesn't count. Alright, what do we think? Oh, bushes. Okay. What do you think of that for the roof? Does that look okay, chat? Half a point. Okay. I'll take a half point. That's alright. It'll look nice once there's like some support coming out here. And then some supports underneath coming out. Mage hat guard towers? Yes. Yes, it is. What's wrong with that? I'm a mage. This is a mage land. Same pressure on red when he was building unsafely. True. Let me just see something. One of my favorite views, or will be one of my favorite views when it's a little bit more farther along, is the approach from the road. You know, you gotta have good... If playing Planet Coaster and watching Silverette has taught me anything, I gotta have weenies. Okay? Everything is a weenie. So when you're coming over on the road, right? That'll be kind of off in the distance. And then there'll be another tower here, the keep. This whole palissade's gonna get destroyed and reworked. Put on your sorting hat. Yes, do it. What do you guys think of the two-tone wall? Honestly. It's not blended. You know, there's some stuff that we gotta do to it to kind of take it up that notch. But I kind of like it. When I was first laying out the two-tone a little bit and the different textures, I was kind of like, I was meh. I was a little meh. But with the wood on top, as that third color. Red building safely. That's almost like red remembering to eat and drink. Good lord, so many roof pieces this thing needs. Let's go eat. By the way, that damaged HP rubber banding that I was getting is back again, General. I don't know why. I feel like it has to do, honestly, with how long the server's been up without a restart. So I was kind of thinking, should we move to a 6-hour restart window, or like maybe a 4-hour restart window? You can maybe just only take a backup every other one. Backup on the 8s. Did you guys ever have weather on the 8s when you were growing up? I had weather on the 8s. Fuck! Fuck! Shut up, Apollo. Shut up, Apollo. Local on the 8s. Yeah. It was local. It was local weather. Sometimes we set up on a vaporwaves. Yeah. Vaporwave for this would be good. Honestly, like when I'm playing in between streams, I'm just listening to a book on tape. And I'm listening to my favorite series at the moment again. It's up to 17? 18 books? There's a lot of side books too, but that's not even part of the main book line is at least 17 books right now. And it's the Spellmonger series. It's very, very good. Book 1 is a little weak. Book 3 is so good, though. Why is it on every good book series, Book 3 is always the best? Why is that? And they're long books, too. Like, if you do audiobooks, they're like 40-hour lessons. Reading the BattleTech book series that has 118 books. Yeah, but is that different authors? I only see BattleTech as a... Yeah, 30... Yeah, so this... The thing I'm talking about is one author. Get some food. Man, I'm going through food like crazy right now. Changed hands like 6 times, wow. Read Dune over and over. I never liked Dune. I just could not care about any of it. I like Spellmonger because there's some serious stuff. There's a very in-depth magical system going on that's explained, in my opinion, really well. And then The main character is pretty witty and funny. It's just nice. It's just nice. Look, I also am not a person that could get through The Hobbit. Okay, I can't read Tolkien. I find Tolkien to be boring as fuck. It's a great world. Tolkien's a great world builder. He you know, but man, give me the movies over that, please. But Spellmonger, it's great. It's good, it's good, it's good. Spellmonger is probably my number 1 series, and then my number 2 series is a series called Dungeon Lord. It's a lit RPG novel series that's really funny and fun. I probably wouldn't put Dungeon Crawler Carl up there. Well, it's good. It's a little crazy. Hundreds of Battletech miniatures from back in the day, all pewter. Wow. What would be my 3rd favorite book? Probably the Ranger's Apprentice series. And then 4th favorite, it was probably going to be another lit RPG. Working on your stump grinders. Alright. Don't get stumped while working on them. Song of Ice and Fire, never listened to it. Or read it. So I'm a big audiobook guy at this stage. Because I tend to do a lot of multitasking. And plus I have very bad retention with names and stuff. But so to me, it has to have a good voice actor reading it. And they have to, like, if it's a dude reading it, they have to be able to pull off female voices. Or it has to be a mixed cast. Same thing, if it's a female reading it, they have to pull off dude voices pretty well. So I tend to follow voice actors at this point rather than necessarily the book series. So like Travis Baldry is one of my favorite voice actors. Jeff Hayes is really, really good. The guy who does Spellmonger is like a he's like a classically trained actor, so like he's really fucking good. Yes, bartender can ask a question, I suppose, if that is where we're going. Sure. Sure, I suppose. I'll indulge you, Apollo. I'm never going to call you Ewoks, by the way. It's not going to happen. Book 7, an enchanter for Spellmonger? I'm on my like 3rd listen through the whole series, so I've done all the way through book 17 right now. I think 18 just dropped, the Golden Goblin, and so I am. Once I get through 17 again, I'll start the Golden Goblin. Does that answer your question? Also, who the heck would bring up Enchanter? Who are you hanging out with that's bringing up Enchanter? Not to say they can't. If I remember the plot of Enchanter, it's pretty sad near the end. For sure. If that's the part of the story I'm thinking of. I think that's Enchanter. Handing the phone back now? Okay. Did I actually just talk to someone who have actually listened to Spellmonger or read it? Because like, I've been trying to get so many people to do that I know, and they just haven't. So, I'm excited if that's the case. Dick. Like, I tried to listen to Spellmonger with my girlfriend. She just falls asleep during it. She can't do the voice actor for some reason. She just can't take him seriously. Alright. Just need 9 more. Woo! Tower roof done. How the fuck am I gonna get off this thing? Without taking another half point. Ah, this doesn't count. Didn't take damage. Didn't take damage. Gotta love modders, yeah. Basically. What do you guys think? Still not even close to done. I would say from a percentage standpoint, this tower is probably 50% done. Almost. Something I want to try for it is, let's get some hatches. 100% mage, fitting for my station, that is true. I am a mage lord. You can start calling me Manalian. Hashtag references. Okay. So what if... something like that, and then also I wanted to see something like that, wood texture, see if that looks good. If I do that, it's not gonna... So I could center it like that, or I could do the other three instead, which might be better from a support perspective. That way I can do supports, hatch, support, hatch, support. Oh, fucking! That was a good shot. That was a good shot. Get out of the snow, Jeff. Oh yeah, how does that look? From a wood texture perspective, not as good as I thought it was gonna be, honestly. Like, it's fine, but the problem is there's some vertical elements here. Now, granted, if I brought some vertical elements down, what? Oh man, even from here, this looks so good. I'm so excited. We have the windmill on the left, our cool chiseled bridge, which is still not fucking done. Tower. And that's just one of many towers. Should I be calling the FBI Apothic? New mod in this? Dangerous. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. All mods. And it says danger. It's for danger. It's called Dangerous Friends. That's what it's called. I don't see it. Oh, Komodo dragons. Yeah, the monitor lizards. Okay. Okay. That'd be pretty cool. Have you ever read Piracy, Jackson, and the Olympians? Nope. Okay, so that's not changing from dirt. Did I hard assign it? How the heck did I do that? Oh, I'll have to look at that. That's a done goof right there. No, honestly, most of my stuff is that I listen to is generally a like lit RPG. It's kind of the genre that I tend to go to bat for the most. Where I'm with your single player world so far, 60 mods, you know, light. Okay, yeah. Are you on the new version? Piercy Jackson? Nope. I feel like it sounds familiar. B21 has nearly all the mods up to date and waiting for on like 7 of them. Okay. Yeah, for us, you know, since we're not starting a new world or anything, we have to kind of wait longer. Just inherently. And I'm hungry again. Oh, that's cool to see the little light coming through the arrow slit. Oh no, I really want the new stuff. Just honestly, just give me the I can eat from a crock without taking it off a shelf. Like how that by itself is worth the update. You know? Oh, they have new LODs? That's cool. I'm also excited for the volumetric clouds, yeah. I've read through the patch notes and things. There's a lot of good stuff there. That is for sure. Yeah, I kind of want barrel arrows mod too, because if you place a barrel with that mod, you can put arrows in it to grab from. Player skin mod for the anthrofoxes. Yeah, you know, anthro people, they go a little crazy in detail and stuff. So I don't blame you. Okay, let's see. Do I want to chisel windows, or am I okay with honestly doing this with these? I mean, I'd rather them swing outwards, which I would have to put them on the outside and the bottom of this block. Also, I need to chisel these thinner. Trying to learn the model system so I can figure out how to design your own light standalone mod. I actually really like the modeler, you know. I've modeled a few things myself that's awaiting to get built into a mod. Hint, hint, lumberjack, hint, hint. But, yeah, let's open these up outwards. That way we can actually get out here. So let me. Quickest way would probably be to just crack open a wall. Turn that. How's that look? I may split these windows with beams. That way it looks like two small windows. Heck of a view. Can I even get an arrow through this? Oh boy, that is... that is hard from down here. Good. Okay, so for the supports, I think some stone supports would be kind of cool. A little bit more stonework for the outer floor thing, and then wooden supports where the roof line hits the wall. That would be good. I could throw a lightning rod on top of it. I do have a spare one, and honestly, I was kind of hoping to put it on there. Dude, Jeff, you're playing a dangerous game with those cows nearby, alright, bud? If you hit one of those with a rock, You're hosed. Alright, let's get up top. Gonna need this. Oh, medium temporal storm, of course. Of course. Hey. Huh, 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 huh. Requires solid ground. Okay, so I can't place it on a roof tile. Kind of sucks. But I can just go ahead and replace it with maybe a half block. Okay. Don't know how I failed at that. Let's try this again. Okay, okay. Oh. Really? Really? No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna max out glitchiness. That is like crazy. Like doing this. Why would anyone do this to themselves? Like I could maybe see like maybe a 10%, 15, maybe even a 30. A 30 is not that bad. You find it fun? I find it just annoying. I think this is fine. The world kind of judders and shifts around a little bit. Should we just don some armor and fight for a bit? Ow. Ow. That fucking slaps. Yeah, we have it set pretty short, because what happens in multiplayer servers is people just log off for them. So by making it short, I'm trying to incentivize some people who would prefer to log off that it kind of isn't worth it to log off. I find that to be a better balance than just turning it off. Or the huge gears in the background? Just ignore that. That's fine. Nothing to write home about on that. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. No, I enjoy them myself, for sure. It's just, last season when they were on, like, for the normal full duration, people would just leave. And so I didn't want that to happen in, like, our multiplayer, you know. They wouldn't, like, permanently leave the server, thank goodness, but, like, you know, they would just log off for, like, 10, 15 minutes and then log back on, and, you know, eh. Do I have enough sticks? Also, 14 gears from one mob. That's pretty nice. Might be enough to buy a couple more stone slabs. Alright, I've been tasked with something. I'm supposed to go look at Danjal's thing. Because something is going on over here, apparently. Ah, yes. Yes. The classic ladder. Why? Why is this a thing? Ah, I know why this is a thing. This is an interesting freezer you got going on, Danjal. Like, I understand it, but boy, why? You don't need that. Okay. I was told to go look at that floating block in the sky. Let's go back to the build. All right. So I think the first pass on everything is going to be generic. So like all the blending of the stones and all that stuff, I'm probably going to do later. I'll do some basic supports and things like that. But anything beyond this stage of construction, like some light chiseling maybe, just to like thin out some areas. I probably won't go farther than that. I need to get an arrow slit on this side. Which is nice because I should be able to just do this now, right? Yep. What do you guys think of these arrow slits? I think they're basic and good, personally. It's kind of the ideal for me at the moment. There, this back here, very good. I don't want windows on the back side of this, and honestly I'm a little hesitant to have windows all the way even facing this way, but I think it's necessary to help defend this tower. Windows this way I think would give maybe too much of a sight line if someone took the tower. In my mind. Also, can I, let's put the light on the back side here. That might be good. Boom, and then a door. Yep. Okay, gotta have a door. And then when it comes to this thing. Just have a section that overhangs on both sides. Will probably be me more wooden supports on these little things. Put some basic arrow slits in them. And then we'll do a 3x1 roof, or a 1 tall, 3 long roof on these. That way they don't get too tall from that. And then we will just have a nice supporting back. So pretty open on the back side with just like some railings and things over here. I am going to carry it across so that this whole upper deck probably joins. But that might be later. I'm liking it so far, chat. I really, really am. Let me do one little look-see loop at this from the road while we still have some light. Yeah, no, I think it's good. So, support stone wise, I should probably use dry limestone. As that might look the best when it's chiseled down all the way. So I will have to introduce limestone. Now I could do something as simple as that. Or something like this with maybe a wooden post coming out instead, and then finish it actually at this level. Oh shoot. It's actually gotta be bop. And then like I could do something more like that, which might look better. I don't want to go too further into chiseling down a size, honestly. But that might be good there. And then have the wood post coming out. We could probably use quarter logs for that. I would have to pre-chisel it though into the correct direction, which is a little annoying to do. Because that requires me to break this piece here and go down and go get it, and then stick this under it, and then climb back up, and then I get access to this. So it'll be that. And I may have to run a quarter log across the whole bottom here this way. Maybe at that size too. Just kind of finish framing that in. We're gonna take this quarter log just to the outside quarter. You know, I could have used mud brick too. Mud brick might look good on there. Now I kind of want to try mud brick. Murder holes. Might be a little too large. That's a little bit better. Oop. Boop, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. I actually think this is the one time I should carry it over here. There we go. If people are at the door, they can kind of defend the door from there. How we doing, cows? Yeah, having those, it's gonna be nice. Okay, cool. We'll tell you what, chat. I think that was a productive little stream. You know, we got a lot done in terms of a rough layout for what we're gonna do. At least on this tower, a little bit on the walls. Here. So I think, yeah, I am leaving. Yeah. It's not like I'm getting 1,000 super chats or anything. I ain't making no money at it. No. Yeah. It's looking really good. Right? And I think this is probably a good place to leave it for now. You know? So what we'll do is go ahead. Thanks everyone for coming out and hanging out with us today. Become a member, join our Discord, get access to our Vintage Story server, build some cool stuff with us. Much appreciated. Thanks everyone who subscribes and supports the channel. With that, let me go ahead and send you over to our good friend of the stream, Lumberjack Samurai. Give him an ooh woo when you get there. And am I dying? Crap. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Give him an ooh woo. And we'll see you guys in the next stream. See ya.